Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Going back to EZA Strength Bojack, who was very good when we used him. It's time to try him out in some difficult content. I know a lot of people have been testing units out against Gogeta. I'm not even Supreme Magnificent Battle Gogeta either. The Gogeta from the worldwide event. Bojack does have guard here, so I might just let him go in slot 1. He has guard because we have 5 Inhuman Deeds category units and type advantage. I'm going to let him go in slot 1. But the Gogeta from the worldwide event or Janemba from the worldwide event. And while those are quite difficult events, they are. I find them very gimmicky, which is why I'm kind of avoiding them. I'm staying away from them. I'm testing units out against still Supreme Magnificent Battle Beast Gohan, just because I know he has a little bit of a gimmick of his own, but it's literally just stunning on Super. And then the lock-in, which you can literally avoid by a Sensu Bean. And that's all it takes. Whereas those two are quite gimmicky. I'm pretty sure if you bring certain units against Janemba, he does do more or less damage. Something like that. I can't remember. Worldwide wasn't even that long ago and I've already forgotten. So I'd rather just carry on using units out here, even though I know it's not the best place to be bringing units. I'm going to let Int Broly go in slot 1. That way we can get a stack, maybe 2 off with him. And then also we can avoid the same units linking up. Or he could dodge. He could also do that. But even though Bojack is on main rotation, of course, at least whoever is on the left of him and the right of him is getting 30% attack and defense because of that extreme class ally support, which of course the entire team is. So no matter what, slot 1 unit who is going to be Carnival Broly, and whoever's in slot 3 is going to benefit from his support, which is great. Don't see the point of using that just yet. We will transform you though, however. And then don't forget as well, Inhuman Deeds category allies getting an extra key +2 in attack and defense +60%. So whoever's in slot 3 every time is going to get that fat support from Bojack, and then so will Broly sitting in slot 1. Which is very nice. Are we going to struggle? No, I mean, I'm going to let Bojack take the key spheres here. And then we should pretty much be good. Again, we still have our guard. So we do have type disadvantage, but we are going to super first. That's 50% attack and defense at least once. We get an additional 2. That is also 1 attack and defense raised by 50%. And of course, guard. So hopefully it's going to be enough to see us through. I mean, we do have over 700k HP, which I mean is the new norm. We're up to like 730 something right now. Only the one. Normals, of course, double digits. Is Bojack going to be super attacked? He is. Okay, how much do we take? Having type disadvantage, how much does Bojack take? How are we looking? 266 is not bad at all. That's not bad. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty solid. Considering he has type disadvantage and his defense only goes up so much. Because we only super attack once. That guard is putting in overtime right there. I know this phase isn't doing like, you know, 2.5, 3 million on a super, right? Which, by the way, speaking of high damaging enemies, Go Freezer can't come quick enough. They need to hurry up and drop Jirans so we can get the Go Freezer event or the Go Freezer stage and finally finish out the Universe Survival Saga Supreme Magnificent Battle. It's been too long. It really has. It's been too long. They need to hurry up with that. They really do. I don't know what's taking them so long, but sort it out, Dokkan. Sort it out. But even so, I'll take 266. Bojack's not even transformed yet. And that was off of 1 super attack. I mean, next appearance, we can actually transform him. I know the active skill was untouched, of course, because active skills are untouched on EZAs, but his active skill conditions have always been so good. Of course, when we transform him, we are going to lose out on the support, which is a shame. It's not like we need it. I mean, at least Super EZA Broly's still floating about to give support. And then eventually I will use in LR Broly's domain. So, I mean, there will be some support constantly active on both rotations regardless. We're not missing out on too much. But facing only one enemy, which in all difficult content you're doing pretty much at all times, from the 4th turn, his active skill conditions are so good. So good that you can get full power Bojack out pretty quickly. Which we're definitely going to do next turn. And then we can get him stacking ASAP with those 50% attack raises, which with 50% he's going to do very quickly. Especially with his built-in additional. Of course, the guard is guaranteed. Not that it matters, because I mean, we do have pretty much a full team full of Inhuman Deeds category allies. But his guard is now guaranteed. So as I said before, when using him, you could actually bring a team that isn't completely filled with Space Traveling Warriors or Inhuman Deeds category units, and then use Bojack in base or pre-transformation, essentially as an out-and-out support until you get to transform him, then slide him on rotation. Or you could leave him in slot 3. But at least if you put him in slot 3 in base, you can keep him safe until he gets his guaranteed guard. It does seem like something that would probably be viable, or doable at least. Oh, you locked Super EZA Broly. No you're not. So I'm just going to pop a Senzu Bean. I mean, first we're going to do this. Good stuff. Second, I'm going to do that. So no you're not. And then third, we're going to do this. And I'm not going to use his active skill. Because unfortunately we are missing out on big bad bosses though. That's the only downside about running the full Inhuman Deed side of this team, is we do miss out on big bad bosses. Now, thankfully, Bojack is good enough as is. Like, he's so good. Like, I think his EZA is ridiculously good. It's a shame we miss out on big bad bosses. He could be doing even more on top of already what he does. I mean, we are changing key spheres to strength key spheres, so that is something. I mean, we did get a ton of healing. Not that we needed it. I mean, we're already on 11.4. Sure, big bad boss is going to jump that up if we did have it active, but don't forget he's stacking by 50% each time he supers, so that 11.4 is going to jump. It's a shame we didn't get a potential system additional though, because that was the passive one not popping, or not becoming an additional super. And then we did get our 3 or more key spheres there, because we got, I don't think I gave him the big, I mean, it literally just happened. I don't think I gave him the big bulk of strength key spheres. But I know we got more than 3, so we did get the extra 60% attack. He did get the extra 30% defense. Did we get 6 though? I don't think we did. I don't think I got 6, but let's use the domain. And also that means LR Broly does get his guard, so we can leave him in slot 1 to chill. But that is the shame with this team. If you are missing a couple of units when you do pack out the team to make sure Bojack in base does get his guard between the Space Traveling Warriors or Inhuman Deeds units, if you are missing a certain couple who obviously specifically have big bad bosses, if you have to run it the way I run it, which is pretty much full Brolys, which I still don't get how Broly, of all characters, does not have big bad bosses. He's big, bad, and I'm sure as shit that he's a boss. Right, okay? Like, he is an absolute evil delinquent, but somehow doesn't have it, right? So it's a shame on that front. So if you are missing a few units where you can't get big bad bosses active, you are unfortunately missing out on 25% attack and defense. So if you have to build the team the way I had to do it, which isn't a bad thing, because overall the team is still very good. You know, still very, very good. Like, Movie Boss is one of the strongest teams in the game. Like, or maybe you have Lord Slug, which should work out really well. Especially being one of the latest Dokkan fests. But if you had to build it the way I did and you don't have Lord Slug, unfortunately you do miss out on big bad bosses. But as we've seen and as we're seeing, Bojack doesn't really need it. But I mean, who doesn't want an extra 25% attack and defense, right? Especially at level 10 when you're getting that shit for free. No HP condition, nothing. That's actually quite helpful. Who is locked? Bojack is locked? No. Bojack isn't locked. Bojack isn't locked. Now, I could actually take a risk and try him in slot 1 just because why not? I mean, he does only have 233k defense. He does have guard and type advantage, but he's not a slot 1 unit. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to pick all of those tech key spheres out of them. That is 10. So that means we get the 3 or more key spheres. That's the 60% attack, 30% defense. We got 6, which means we get an extra 60% attack. And then that also means we have another 50% chance of an additional super on top of the one we already have built into our passive. And then hopefully we're gonna get kind of lucky with the potential system and get an additional from there. So he's only super attacked once. What are we up to? 13.4 already. I mean, if we did get lucky with additionals, we would easily be up to like 15, maybe even 16 million by now. Yeah, 14.3. I mean, maybe not 16. Definitely like 15 mil again if we did get lucky with additionals. This is why Big Bad Boss is not being active. isn't the end of the world. Because don't forget, Bojack's getting 50% defense as well. He might not stack it. It might be for one turn, but that's 3 50% defense raises. Like, you're not going to turn your nose up at more attack and defense, but this is why him not having big bad bosses active on his team isn't that much of a detriment, especially with his guaranteed guard at this point. Him stacking, the amount of times he can super attack, pad out his defense. It just would be nice to have it. I said, if you are missing units the way I am and have to run the team like this, unfortunately, you won't have big bad bosses active. But if you do have the units that I am missing, like Slug, etc., you can just link them up with him and he'll be good. I mean, Broly's cooking. I mean, Bojack cooked. Broly's just adding in the finishing touches. He's putting the garnish on top, making it look pretty. Do you know what I mean? But overall, I mean, Bojack literally has type advantage, which gives him a massive advantage here. You know, he has type advantage against Beast. On top of the fact he has guard. Yeah, Bojack's chilling. I was tempted to risk him in slot 1, but he's just not a slot 1 unit. He's meant to super attack. Then you want that all on top of his guard, rather than me putting him in slot 1. I mean, I could have risked it. He probably would have survived because of the type advantage in guard, even though 200 and something K defense just isn't enough. But he still would have survived. But there we have it. A very, very easy ride for EZA Strength Bojack. I really cannot wait for Dokkan to drop the Go Freezer stage on Global. We need it. We need it. Again, I know the stages exist for Janemba and Gogeta from the Worldwide event, but they're just, as I said, they're so gimmicky. So I'm just staying away from them. So hopefully Go Freezer can drop soon-ish. Especially because we're meant to be synced up. So we kind of need Jiren and all that content to drop. But overall, Bojack done absolutely fantastically. Smashed this event. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a great day. And peace.